So continuation to the our performance related transaction code, we discussed about the ST01, ST02 we discussed. Today we'll discuss about the ST03, ST03n. So which means it's a workload analysis, ST03n. So it's a workload analysis tab here, workload analysis here. So here we can find out the we can check the system related SAP related analysis. We can find out here workload analysis here. So if you go to the ST03, ST03 or ST03n transaction code, here we can see that we can measure the system related things here. We can measure the system related thing, system related load, all those things we can see it here. So if you go to the here, you can see the monthly wise, weekly wise, so daily. So we have the reports, the data is available. So it's a workload monitor. We can monitor the our system related performance, load times, wait time, GA time, performance. So all those things. We want to check the weekly wise or monthly wise or daily wise. It is available here. It is available in the SAP system here. So here we can find out the here if you click on the daily here last day report is available here. Last day report is available here. So here you can see so 19th report is available here. Why? Because system time zone is different here. So it's a system still in the Wednesday 20 system still in the Wednesday. So 9:34 p.m. It's in the US time zone. So we have the 19th report is available still. So once the time zone is changed, then 20th report is available here. So the 19th report is available. Here we can find out the system. So workload analysis, all the times, how the system is behaved, all the days. So all the information. Here the mainly we need to look at the dialogue response time. Here the mainly we need to check the dialogue response time here. Dialogue response time here. So in the dialogue response time, the average response time, we need to look at out this one here. The average response time here. This is in the milliseconds here. Average response time means here always the response time we need to check about the dialogue work process response time. Dialogue response time. If the dialogue response time is good and system is working, system is handling the things is very fast, then the response times is we need to look at out this one here. So normally if the depends upon the customer, the response time may change. Response time agreement may change it here. Normally it should not be more than 5 minutes, more than 4 minutes actually. It's a below 4 minutes or below 5 minutes, then response time is very good. If the request is taking more than 5 minutes, then there is a just example I'm giving the 5 minutes gap here. So some customers it may be different also here. So but here we need to look at out the it should be like this here. Here you can see this is the response time of the system here. So suppose take example this response time, the average response time here, right? So here you can see the how much CPU time, how much time taking for the DBU, wait time, how much time is taken for the waiting, and so roll in time, roll out times here. So all the times, so you can find out from here. Here mainly we need to look at this average response time, the dialogue response time. We need to look at out this one system here. The system performance, yesterday system performance is not good, the today is not good, then we need to find out what happened in the system, what are the users are logged into the system, what transactions are executed in the system. So all the information we can find out in the here, all the information we can find out it in the in the workload monitor ST03n transaction code here. So not only yesterday, so daily, so yesterday's, and you can see so it's like 1500 milliseconds. Then Sunday you can see Sunday quite it's a very high Sunday, right? So then today, so it's very less, so means yesterday, so it's very less here. So now we need to find out what exactly happened in the system. We need to find out the so what exactly happened in the system means suppose if you go to the so transaction profile, so you will come to know what are the transactions are executed on the 19th. So So 002, so 2359, what are the transactions are executed in the system? It will give the clear picture here. Clear picture here. Who executed the jobs here? What is the jobs and what is the response time here? So which job is taking the, what are the transactions are executed on the entire day, entire 19. So entire 19th day. So 19th day. So what are the, so transactions are executed in the system. So their response time in the 19th, what is the highest processing time here? So then what is the jobs? What are the jobs executed? Which jobs taking the very high response time here? Suppose if you take the time profile in the 19th, so in which hour, like 0 to 6 hour, this is a response time. Then 11th, 12th hour, very high response time. Then 3 to 4 is the very high response time. Then 4 to 5, 4 to 5 is the very high response time here. So remaining hours, like our guys are like either 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 6 to 7, 5 to 6, then 6 to 7, very less. Then 8 to 9, so they are doing the very, they are doing this one here, right? So they are doing this one response, this one is here, right? So then so you can see, suppose we want to know on the day, on the 19th day, there is a 4 to 5 hour, there is a high response. We need to find out who executed, what transactions are executed on the, so 4 to 5 hours time here, time period here. On the 4 to 5, you can see there is a one batch job, there is a name of the job, and there is a one more job. These two jobs consumed the lot of response time here. You can find out here the two jobs will executed the lot of response time here. You can see it here. So here the two jobs, who executed this job here, right? So who executed this job? Who executed SP02? Someone executed this one, this one. So these all are the transactions and name of the jobs are consumed the, so top response times on the day here, right? So and also we can see here on the standard, we want to find out who executed this job here. If you double click on this one, you will find out the it is used by the basis user. It is used by the, so basis user, he executed the very top response time here. Means he executed the this background job here, which caused the, he executed the top response time here, which caused the, so very high one. Very high means they executed it. This is the response time. It is executed in the system here. So like this, we can go to the transaction profile. Then we will get the what are the transactions are executed. If we go to the time profile, then you will see the what are in the which time, in the which hour we have the very high response time. Then we can find out here. If we go to the memory statistics, in which transaction code, what is the high response, SM37. So on the day SM37 took the this much of KB here. Then PA02, SMICM, PA30, SP02, SP01, normally what we are practicing, all the transaction codes here. So now, if you find out the user statistics here, user profile, what are the users are logged into the systems here. So one more user, these all are the users here. In which one? So this is a user, he is having the very high number of steps he executed, very high number of steps. This user is utilized by the following the instances, following the reports, following the transactions are executed by this report here. This user are executed the, so following transactions and everything he executed here. We want to find out what he is executed. So then you can find out the executed the SE01. So there is a one more instance he executed. So detailed information, we can see, we can find out the detailed information about the response times. The response time we can find out in the ST03n transaction code, ST03 transaction code here. So here, if we go to the detailed performance, last minute load, here we can take the, we can also take the load, but today's load, last 1 hour load, last 2 hours load, last 3 hours load, we can find out from the here, last 5 minutes load, last 10 minutes load also we can find out from here. We can find out from the system level here. This is what we can also do it from here. All right. So this is also, we can find out it in the systems here. So the overall ST03 or ST03n transaction code is used to analyze the system performance, your SAP system performance here, right? So here we will get the some clues here. which user, who executed what, at what time, and what is the job, what are the reports he executed, so how much memory, all the information we can find out it in the ST03n transaction code here. Right, then we go to the ST04. This is called the DB performance related the performance related transaction code here, DB performance related transaction code here. So ST04 transaction code here. So DB the performance monitor transaction code here. Then like this we have the ST05. So like this we have the ST05 also we have available. Then ST06, ST05 is the SQL tracing. Then ST06 is for the CPU, the OS related details. We can find out like CPU utilization, then memory utilization, the network, then file systems related details. You no need to log into the OS level. If you go to the ST06, you can find out the information from the ST06 here, right? So like this, we have to go to the ST07. This is called the application monitor, then user distribution, application monitor, then user distribution here, right? So ST04, DB performance related database performance analysis here. This is the SAP performance analysis. This is the DB performance analysis here. So for the same time, we have the DB related, we have the DBA cockpit transaction code, DBA01, DB02, then DB13, then DB12. So these all are the transaction codes here, ST04. If you use this transaction code, or just you can use the DBA cockpit, you will get the same screens here. You will get the same screens here. So these all are the database related transaction code. If you use all, or if you go for just DBA cockpit transaction code, you will get the, so DB related all the transaction code, DB related information, you will get it out from here. See here, this is the database related tabs here. You can see all the tabs are available. System, performance, space, backups, monitoring, all the database related topics are available here, right? So it's the ST04 you executed here. If you go to the DB01, individual tables here. Is the data DB01 is for the database logs, DB lock here, database logs. SAP related logs, we can see it in the SM12. So DB02, this is the space. DB02 is for the space related things here. So DB13, so planning calendar, database planning, so calendar, database related planning calendar here. DB12, the backups, individual transaction codes if you use it here. So DB performance, DB01, so right, ST04. So instead of you using all this transaction code ST04, DB01, DB02, DB13, DB12, if you use directly the DBA cockpit, you will get the all the transaction codes here. See here, it's all the same screen. If you use any transaction code, suppose like if you use the DB02, again same tabs you will get. Performance, space, backup, configurations, again everything you will get the same thing here. See here, same thing you got it again here, right? So if you use all the transaction codes, or if you use the individual, or if you go to the one single transaction code for the database, that is called the DBA cockpit, here you will see the all the database related information, performance, load, history, we can see it from here. Here in the DBA cockpit, here you can find out the system landscape. What is your system landscape here? So what is your system landscape here? So what is your system landscape means what is your database related version, all the information will be displayed here. DB host, all the information will be displayed in this screen here, DBA cockpit transaction code here. So we can perform the connection test also here. Here we can perform the connection test. We can perform it here, right? So that is the DBA cockpit transaction code here. So in the system landscape here we can find out the system related information, how many database connections. So SAP will connect to the database. So that database related connections here. So database related monitoring, how many connections are initiated by the SAP to database. Then so central calendar, database planning calendar. On the day today, what are the jobs are going to execute it. All the information will be in the calendar wise. You can stick it out. You can create the calendar. Then if we go to the performance, here we can see the database performance related information here. DB performance related information here. So database performance, how the database performance is behaving. Same as like SAP level, how we can see the how the performance means the mainly slowness. Here, if any performance, we need to check it out here. So what is the space, current physical memory, what is the current memory, what is the fixed one. So all the information we can find out from here, right? So then we can find out the current DB collector data. So DBA cockpit mainly for the database related things here. Database related things we can find out here. So SQL statements, IO, so logs, DB01 logs on what is the memory, history, database related collector history statements. So all those things we can find out in the performance here. The space means here we can find out the how much free space, all the information we can find out in the space tab here. So total number of size allocated, what is the free MB here. So data directory, log directory, files related information here. So we can find out the some valuable information from here. Also, we can also do the single table analysis. So single table analysis here, largest tables in your database here. Why? Because SAP will store the data into DB level, right? In the form of tables. In that, what are the largest tables in your database which are related to the SAP. So then we can just, if you go to the largest tables data, so you can find out the all the information from here. All the information you will get from here. So let's see here. See here, it is pulling the data, all the data it is pulling from the database level here. All the data it is getting the data here. It is pulling the data. You can see the largest tables here. Largest tables here. So what is the table name, what is the how much it used, how much it is reserved, what is the data, how many rows are there in the tables. So all the information, see repo load, repo SRC, there is a more tables, TST01 spool related tables here. So this is the package related, the transports related tables here. There are a lot of tables are there here. Lot of tables are there here, which is it is the large tables here. Large tables data here. Sometimes tomorrow your manager asked you to give the history or some graphical view. We can find out the tables data here. So in the graphical level, we can pull the data and we can provide the information to the your management here, or you can also export to the Excel sheet, the spreadsheet. You can also export to the spreadsheet here, right? So and also you need to find out the large tables, but you want to do now fast growing tables. Which are the tables the very frequently the data means the tables which are growing very fastly, the fastest tables here. Then the fast growing tables data we can find out from here. And the history of the how much growth happened here, the backups, config, DB related, the more detailed information when we are discussing about the HANA database. So that time you can find out the more information about the data and everything you can find out from them. So here, so DBA cockpit, all the database related. Database level means what? Database level, data will be stored in the form of tables. So those tables related information. What are the tables? Which tables has the very huge data, which tables are the fast growing data. So analysis, table locking. So all the analysis we can find out from the DBA cockpit transaction codes. If you use the DBA cockpit, or you can also use the individual transaction codes also to get the, suppose if you want to space DB02, if you want to plan a calendar, backups, so log entries, performance, so you can get it out. Otherwise, just use the DBA cockpit transaction code So one transaction code, it will replace the all the transaction codes here. DBA cockpit transaction code here. So here fast growing tables. See here fast growing table, it is doing the analysis. See here it is retrieving the table size history. Then order-wise it will display the information. Order-wise it will display the information here. All the information will be displayed in the systems here. I am taking the new screen here. DBA cockpit. Still see space. Here history. History means size history, database size history, table history, how much growth. The history means growth from monthly wise, how much growth is happening. So all the information will be displayed here. Size history, table size history also will be displayed here. Size history also will grab the data from the table size history here. See here. So today date. So this is the rows. Then how much last update statistics has happened here. So all the information you can see here, information you will get the here, right? And also some additional functions here, triggers and stored procedures not required, space, performance, backups. So the backups related information, configurations here. So jobs, are there any internal jobs, planning calendar jobs also we can execute it here. Any alerts, any errors, critical errors here, we can find out from here. So there is a in the space management, we have the some red color here. What is that? So there is a space. Space is going to out of this one here, right? Free space in the file. There is no much free space in the database level here. So that's why it's showing the red item. And also backups, since days in the backup 44 days onwards, there is no backup in the system. There is no backup in the system here. Backup is not running in the systems here, right? And also diagnostic files. So log files, error log files here. Any errors, any database level issues, we can find out the all the information from here. Any logs, error logs, any deadlocks in the system. So those things, any deadlocks in the system, we can find out from here. We can find out from the here. So this is the deadlocks related information here. So basically, so this transaction code is for the database related performance here. Database logs, performance, backups. So backups, logs, planning calendars, space, performance related things, backup configure. So the system configurations, all the connections, details, everything we can find out it in the here in the DBA cockpit transaction code. DBA cockpit transaction code here. Here you will get the all the information, all the database related information we can find out from here. So, or if you use the individual transaction code also, it will be the same. It will be the same transaction code. If you DB13, directly it will open the one of the planning calendar, one of the planning calendar, same screen. But again, you will get the same tabs here. See here, same tabs here again. Same tabs. It will give the same information here, different information here. DBA planning calendar here, right? So these all are the DB related transaction codes. DB related transaction code. This is the SAP related workload analysis. We can do it. This is the ST04 is the DB related. Along with the ST04, we have the DB01, 02, DB13, 12, and DBA cockpit. So and also ST05.
Sir, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Sir, where we connect the application and database system under the DBA cockpit, sir?
So
sir,
here,
after installing,
we will not connect, right? While doing the installation, so database itself automatically it will connect it. That type of configuration you can see it from here. So let me show you what is the DB SID. It is connected. Then what is the host name? So what is the connection? It will connect it. Here we can check the details, system configuration details. Here we can find out the information here.
So defaultly it will connect, sir.
It will connect it. We no need to manually do anything here. Just during the installation time, SWPM, it will ask the please provide the database host name. Then we will provide the database host name. Automatically it will install on the, so it will install it. Automatically it will install it.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So that database, this is a system landscape, means did system configurations, how many connections monitor, how many connections are there in the database level, which is initiated by the SAP server. So then, so you can see database connections, are there any connections are there? So it will give the clear information in the here. Here, the system configuration is the main. Here, suppose tomorrow you want to connect to the one more system, one more database, you want to connect it, the remote database, you want to connect it here. Then you can create the from, so you can just you can create the connection from here. Suppose you need, this is a one SAP system, you have the two databases, that data you need some data from that databases here. Then you can just pull the data, you can just create the connection here. So either the RFC connection you can create it, or DB connection you can create it. Then you can provide the all the details, database related all the details, you can connect it here. Suppose you want to connect to the HANA database, suppose example here, right? So HANA database you want to connect it here. So here, so HANA database, I want to connect it here, right? How many connections, just giving the, what is the username here, what is the username, what is the password, the HANA database is there. Suppose from this system to some other databases, what is the DB host here, SAP HANA, what is the port number, I don't know, but not sure what is the, is whether currently it is HANA is installed, just giving the RF 1 3 47 13. Okay, so here we can just provide the details here. New connection is created and activated here. So you can see new connection is created and activated here. So like this, we can connect to the multiple databases. But connection test may be failed, I guess, definitely. Let's see whether if the database is active, then we may fail it. Yes, connection test is active. See here results are active. So which means, so database connection test is working, which means the database is active here. So you got all the details. So tomorrow, sometimes the DB system is required the some data from the other databases, right? So that time we can establish the connectivity. We can also establish the connectivity here. That time it's required here. Okay, so that's time. So all the configurations related information we can connect to the here, right? Just all the configuration related details we can find out the in the, so we can configure it. The mainly we can do the configuration part here. Mainly we can do the configuration part in this case here. So this is purely for the DBA cockpit is purely for the database related things, database related connectivities, connections here. Database related connections we can do it from here. Okay, this is the DBA cockpit related transaction code. Next one, ST05. ST01, 05 are the tracing only here. So ST01 is for the system performance. This is the, so SQL performance trace. ST05 is the performance trace here, performance trace here. So here performance trace, we can find out the, we can take the SQL trace, NQ trace, so NQ trace, buffer trace, RFC trace, all the traces we can activate it here. All the traces we can activate it here. Once you activate the tracing, then the issue, whatever the whoever user having the issue, they can reproduce the issue. They can reproduce the issue from their end. They can reproduce the issue in the from their end here. So in that case, we can ask them to, once you activate the trace, then we can ask them to so execute the transaction code. Then they will execute the transaction code. Suppose example, I have enabled the trace, right? So now what I am doing, I am going to execute the one of the sales transaction code. This is immediately very fast here. The sales transaction code is immediately very fast here. So I got the details. Okay, fine. So the details. Okay, I got the results. Now, suppose example, the transaction code is having the very slow. Now what I can do, I can deactivate it. I can click on the display trace. So just click on the execute button. Then I will see the trace log. What happened during the, So while executing the PA30 transaction code, what happened here? So which one, where, in which step, in which table we have the high response times. We have the very high response times here. So you can see the durations here. You can see the duration here. You may see the how many records it's fetched here. So here, I think this is the one. So which is the very high duration here. It is executed here, right? ST05 mandate getting the table here. Then, so these all are the less durations only here. Then this is the one. There is a updating the log here statement. Which statement? Where we have the very high duration here. This is the one here. It is pulling the data from the one of the table here. So select table, select statement. The remaining all are okay. This is the one very huge here. This is the statement is executed here. So this is having very huge here commitment, commit taking the very longer duration. Commits are taking the very longer duration. So like this, so the performance, system related performance issues, we may have to analyze it by using the ST05 transaction code here. The tracing we can analyze it here. What exactly happening with the system? So ST01 is for the system trace here. Here authorization, kernel, some DB related things, all the calls we can take it out here. ST05 is for the performance trace. Performance trace means your system performance is very bad, very slow. You need to find out what's happening in the system. And also one user is running the job, it's taking very longer time. One user executing the one transaction code, sales transaction code, it is taking very longer. So he asked the basis team to analyze it. Where is the exact issue? In which step it is taking very longer time here? So in that case, you need to enable the trace. You need to deactivate the trace. Then you need to activate it and see what's happening with your system. So all the information will be captured here. Based on that, so we can just provide the information to the SAP, or we can also inform to them, oh, the particular selection statement, there is a table name. These are the tables. In these tables, so there is a something wrong. You need to check something wrong like this. We have to inform to them. That is the one. We need to check the ST05 here. ST06 OS related details here. ST06 here. ST06 here. The OS related operating system related details here. Operating system means what will be there in the operating system. So in the operating system, we have the CPUs, how many CPU calls, memory, and disk, and LAN network, right? Here, what is how many CPUs you have, what is the utilization we have, then what is the memory you have, the disk space here. Suppose you want to check the CPU utilization, then you can check the previous hours and the current utilization also you can check it out here, right? So current system utilization 10, user utilization 14, then idle time is the 76%. Idle time means system is free time, system free time here. Out of 100%, how many are there? So all the information, it is giving the information here. So out of 100%, 76% system is free. 14% only using by the user. 10% is using by the system. So overall users are utilizing only 14%. In a day, 14% CPUs are they are using here. CPU utilization they are using. Remaining all are idle. See here how we have the 8 CPUs in the system. We have the 8 CPUs for ECP, 8 CPUs here. In the 8 CPUs, so each CPU, what is the load here? What is the load? How many CPUs? 8 CPUs. What is the exact load here? It is displaying here. All the CPUs are displaying the equally distributing the load here. Equally distributing the load here. Suppose same as like memory. So why? Because this is the operating system level details. Operating system means we have the operating system level. We have the operating system related details, right? OS, memory, CPU, disk, LAN. These all will be in the OS, right? Only these things we can check it out in the systems here. So memory means here you can see the memory, how much physical memory we have in that, what is the free memory, what is the swap memory, all the information we have here. Suppose you want to see the previous hours. Previous hours means here you can see the previous hours related information here, previous memory related information here. So here, what is the percentage of the memory? All the previous hours related information we got it here. Previous related information, history kind of related things we can find out from here. So history, system, history related things we can find out from here, right? So that is the memory related things here. And also disk. Disk means you have the how many disks are there here. So C drive, D drive, E drive, how many drives are there here. In the drive, what is the transfer rate? So then in the disk, what is the previous hours rate here? Previous hours rate here. So then what is the network related things here? So how many network related things here, right? So then history. So all the information related to the OS means CPU, memory, disk, LAN, all the information we can find out from here. So you can also see the top 40 CPU processes here. What are the top 40 CPU processes here? Here you can see what are the users or what are the process which is running in the system here, right? CPU percentage, CPU time and memory, all the information we can see it from here, right? Which user is causing the high CPU, how much percentage is using it here, what is the process it is using, how much time it is consuming, all the information we can find out from the system here, right? All the information we can find out from the CPU utilization here. Same as like in the task manager. If we go to the task manager, here we can find out so if we go to the details, what is the username, how much CPU, what is the memory percentage. So all the information we can find out from here, right? Same as like here also we can find out all the details here, right? Basically, this is for the users related details, operating system related details we can find out in the ST06 transaction code. ST06 transaction code, we can see it in the here, ST06 here, OS CPU. So tomorrow, suppose you don't have the OS level access. So then you have only SAP level access tomorrow in the customer. They may ask you to check the CPU utilization, memory utilization, how it is behaving, everything. Then CPU memory means our OS level access, then we can check it out. No, it's not required. Just if you have the SAP level access, ST03 transaction code, there also you can check all the things here, right? There also you can check all the related things, you can check it out. The next one is the ST07. ST07. This is also not much useful, but but in the series, this is also very important. Application monitor, then load distribution, application monitor and load distribution here. So each user, how many users are logged in, so how many components they have used it, or each user, what is the transaction code they are using. One person is using the ABAP runtime environment, which means syntax ST22. One more person is using the session manager. So here you can see so total how many number of users in that, how many servers, how many clients, work process, all the information you will get some details information from here. Application monitor, user distribution here. But this is not much useful, but the useful transaction codes are here as part of the day-to-day monitoring here. So this ST03, 4, 5, 6, then so 5 also will not use much here. Only any issues, that time we will open the performance trace, then we will check it out here, right? So these are some performance related transaction codes here, right? This all will be useful during the day-to-day monitoring. During the daily monitoring, we have the daily monitoring transaction codes in the system. Daily monitoring here. During the daily monitoring, so we will check the SM50, SM51, SM66, then ST22 dumps, then SM21 ABAP logs. So these are the transaction codes we have to check it out. So I shared the one of the daily monitoring transaction codes, which normally we will use it here. If you see here, so here you can see checking the short dumps, then we will check it out here. ST22, DB12, DB12. See here, any backups failures, we will monitor, we will investigate it. SM51 application server status here, SM66 here, right? Any work process status here, anything in the long running, anything in the private mode, SM37 field background jobs, ST04 6 CPU busy reaches 90%. So all the information you can see it here CPU. So ST02 means buffers, hit ratio, checking the buffers performance, hit ratio, swaps, anything or not, we can find out here, right? So then file system, space level, fills, file systems. So all the information we will check it out here. So all the buffer, CPU, memory, here we will check all the information here. We will track all the information here. If anything is very less, we need to find out. So always the buffer hit ratio should be 98%, even 90, not 90, 95 also, 98 percentage. 98 or more than that, then your system performance is very good here. If not, then we need to find out what's happening in the system. So all the information, so we can check it out, swaps. So here we can find out all the information, everything we can find out the information here, right? So here, this is a checklist. Maybe some organizations, maybe some transaction codes are different. Some organizations, this will be the sheet. Normally, any organization, there is a production monitoring, production systems monitoring. Daily, we need to do the work here. So what is the status of the ST22, backups, SM51, SM66, all the transaction codes, we have to execute it and check. If the 100 dumps below green, 100 to 199 amber, red means definitely we need to investigate what is the cause of the volume, why the dumps are failing, and all the things we need to check it out. So the backup is failure is red, we have to maintain the red status here, red amber status. So then that will be failed, red status here. So backup is failed, and then we need to check it out here. So like this, so every organization there is a monitoring here, daily monitoring here. As soon as you join the organization, so we may have to perform the daily monitoring, daily checks here. So daily we have to execute this transaction codes every day. Then we need to find out, see what's happening in the systems here. Here we need to check the application servers, all should be active. Then we need to find out the rows, all the information we have to activate it here. All the information we need to execute it. You can see it here, GW, SMGW, RFC destinations, performance traces, Java traces. So outbound emails configuration here, sending the emails configurations. So then everything we have to execute it here. Then we will come to know whether the system is green or not. We will come to know here, right? So this is the one of the monitoring checklist, monitoring transaction codes, which we have to execute.
Sorry, this is Ananta. So in the just now you have shown us in the Excel sheet, right? The data. Yeah, not this one. 1 minute. So no, another swap space, memory, CPU utilization, all those things.
This one. This is the one. Are you referring?
Yes, this one you are extracting data from the. So this one, suppose you take.
This is the instructions actually. Normally, in my previous organizations, whenever the newcomer freshers joins, so they don't know how to check it out. In that case, we have given some instructions. We have prepared the one instruction sheet here, so that they have to go to the ST02, copy the hit ratio value, then be careful blank values, then automatically calculated so something like that, how to copy their values, how to fill the sheet, this sheet. That is what the instruction document.
So manually, we are going to manually fill this sheet.
Right. We have to manually fill it. So some organizations, maybe scripts, they may use it. Some organizations, the maximum maybe 80% to 90% organizations, manual checks we have to perform it every day, daily log into the production systems. Then we have to go to the ST22, check are there any dumps today and yesterday. So check in the dumps, are there any critical dumps in the system? So check. So if the dumps are occurring, then we need to, who is the user? So then we need to inform to this user, because of your user, there is a program error. You need to check this further. So then SM21, check SM21. Are there any critical error logs here? Dangerous logs here. Suppose like
Okay.
example, dangerous logs means some DB SQL error, space error, memory errors, memory.
Hmm.
So something like some disconnections, some work processes died, something like that, we will get it out. So this comes
Okay.
trace pass, trace pass, trace pass, dump deleted means it's normal. So we can ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
at the
So
same, yeah.
otherwise, all the data is extracted manually, and as per the standards, we are categorizing.
Yeah, we have to extract it. Then we need to inform to the, we have to extract it. We need to send an email. We have to attach the Excel sheet. Then we need to inform to the our customer. Why? Because during the business start, before the business starts, we have to inform to them. We have to perform them all the monitoring, all the transaction system is okay or not. We need to check with them. We have to inform to them so that
So far,
whenever they log in, once they log in, they will open this Excel sheet and they will check it out. System is okay today. System is not okay. If not okay means then we have to fix the issues.
so based on each customer, so there will be different standards of measures, right?
Yes, yes, right.
Okay. Okay.
Means the values they may take the different thresholds here. So sometimes we may for so all these are SMGW. We will go and check it out if there any
Uh,
anything any
ఒక్క
any
నిమిషం ఒక్క 5 minutes ఒక్క 5 minutes.
any connections which are in the disconnected status, we need to report this one. So and also in ST02 also daily monitoring transaction code. So we need to check are there any buffers which are below 98%. Yeah, okay, all are okay, okay, but this is below, then this is below. So then we need to check with them. If they ask us to ignore it, we can ignore it. We can also check are there any swaps. Swaps are occurring on the day-to-day activities. We need to check this one also here. So, and ST03 and also the load, ST03 load also we need to check it out here. The last hour load, last 2 days, sorry, in the last yesterday's load, we need to take it out here. Yesterday's load, we have to take it out. So from here, we need to check the response time here. Normally, some customers, it's the below 5 minutes or below 4 minutes, fine. If above 4 minutes, the average response time, then we need to take the action. Action means why it is taking very longer duration. Are the users are executing very longer statements? So we need to check, go to the transaction profile. Here we can find out the what are the transactions are executed. So here, which one is the very high response time? This is the very high response time. Who executed this one? This is the user. So at what time they have executed? So then if you go to the time profile, you can find out the what are the timelines 0, 0 to 6 hours, 6, 7 hour, 8 hour, 9th hour, 10th hour, 11th hour. In each hour, in which hour we have the very use, maybe this hour, 4 to 5. 4 to 5 hour, we have the lot of transactions are executed by our guys. So in this one, this is the report executed. Then Akhil, there is one more job is running. There is a job, there is a transaction code, there is a transaction code. There are a lot of things are executing here. Like that, we need to find out so who executing, what they are executing. There is a huge data, is that expected behavior. So like this, we need to check it out here. So like this, we need to go to the DBA cockpit, check are there any inconsistencies in the data.
చెప్పయ్యా.
Okay, so like that we need to do our analysis. So check the backups are running on not DB level. Are there any space issues? Anything we need to. So all those things we need to track it in our monitoring sheets here. So once the monitoring sheets is updated, then if any errors, we need to create a separate ticket. So then we have to work on that one. If no errors, if the errors are there or not, so then we need to inform to our customer in send an email to them. So these are the issues we have. We are working on that one and we need to fix that issues. Why? Because before business starts, if you check all those things in the system is green, then users can log in and they can do the business activities and everything. They can log in and they can do that one without any issues. They can log in, right? So if the issues are there, no one performing the monitoring and everything. If issues are there, users may face some slowness, or users may face some lock entries, some performance issues. Then we may miss some transactions, we may miss some business loss, system may be down sometimes. So this some type of errors we may get it out. So that's the reason before we start the business, we need to check all these transaction codes and everything. We need to cross check. then everything is okay. Then we need to, as a daily, we have to inform to the customer this type of checks. First monitoring sheet, whenever you log into the office, first step is the checking the all the production system health status. This is called the health status monitoring. All the production systems are okay or not. Then, so client, if any issues, client also will check from their end. We will also check from our end. Support team.
With the multiples of SIDs ఉంటే different చేసుకోవాలి సార్ మనం.